Hello, my name is Dennis Van Elstorp, and this is a vlog with the Be Informed Partnership on small hive beetle traps and their use. Like all of these vlogs, we're talking about epidemiological data, which means that they aren't showing causation, and we certainly aren't endorsing a particular product. Small hive beetles, you can see some depicted here, are rather large beetles compared to the bee that invade the colony. The females come into the colony, they lay eggs, and those eggs hatch. And if there's not enough bees in that area to take care of that larva, these larvae sort of slime up that frame and eat that frame and destroy that frame. Essentially, small hive beetles are like wax moth on steroids. They just ravage through abandoned equipment really quickly, and so are really problematic in certain parts of the country. So one of the questions we asked in last year's survey was, did you use a small hive beetle trap or not? And what you can see is that about 25% of beekeepers used a small hive beetle trap, and those that used the trap lost significantly fewer colonies than those who didn't. In fact, they lost 26.3% fewer colonies than those who did not use a trap. Again, we can't say it's the trap that's causing increased survivorship. Perhaps the beekeepers using traps are just more attuned beekeepers and are better at managing colonies otherwise, or there might be some underlying biology. If we look at the regional breakdown, you can see that we did not see significant differences in northern states or southern states between those who used or did not use the technique, but the trend existed. Because particularly interested when we break it down by sub-region, and what I want to draw your attention to is the northeast region, where we really see a distinct difference. The northeast is where, of course, the small hive beetle are well established. And this does lead us to wonder whether, if we see this trend over a couple of years, whether perhaps those small hive beetles are causing some disturbance to the winter cluster, which means that those bees are more stressed out and more likely to die. But again, that's something that in 3 or 4 years from now, maybe we can go out and test if we see this data is consistent. This is an interesting one too, because we asked beekeepers, what proportion of the colonies in your operation did you use a trap in? And you can see those who used none certainly lost a lot more colonies than those who used up to 1 to 50% of their operation or 100% of their operation with traps. Not very many people answered the question, who answered only used it between 50 and 99% of their operation. And so you can see there's a resulting very large variance or confidence interval for that data. Take-home message, though, is it looks like even just a couple of colonies with these traps may increase survivorship. How that is or why that is, we don't know, but it looks like it may have some benefit. So that concludes this very brief vlog on the small hive beetle trap. And as always, I encourage you to go to the beinformed.org website and sign up to participate in future surveys so we can answer more questions like these.